So, I have this very interesting story to tell. I've seen a lot of very weird, very uncommon game systems, especially handhelds, and one of my commenters a couple months ago asked if I was going to do a video on some very obscure systems, one that don't really get a lot of attention and are really not seen often. Well, what I have today is a specific handheld that has always been very weird and actually one that I grew up with for a very, very long time. One that I also mistakenly got rid of. But yeah, the so-called weirdest handheld that I've ever owned, I actually ended up getting caught a while back, but the part that I needed to make this video in conjunction with it didn't arrive until later. Plus, I've been hit with a lot of assignments that took up a lot of time. But anyways, I'm here to introduce to you this. This is what's known as a Leapster, produced by none other than LeapFrog. Now, I'm either going to be taking you on a nostalgia trip just by talking about this, or you're probably wondering, what the is this? Basically, it was a handheld electronic produced by LeapFrog, basically a gaming slash educational handheld where kids can learn math and stuff. This model I have right here is the Leapster 2. There are a couple of other models. For example, there's the original model from 2003, which looks like a boomerang. Then there's a revised one that came out in 2004. Then there's the L-Max, which is similar to the last one, but it plugs into the TV. And this one probably is the most unique model out of all of them because this one has some features that none of the previous models had. Now let's go ahead and take a look around this. Right here you got the screen. It's a perfect square and has a resolution of 160 by 160. For comparison, the Game Boy Advance had a 240 by 160 screen. So that was higher resolution than this, despite having the same number of vertical pixels. Over on the right you got the A and B button as well as a mono speaker. Over on the left, you got a D-pad, you got a home button, a hint button. Yes, that's actually what that's called. It's a question mark. It's supposed to give you hints about stuff. And there's a pause button. Take a look at the bottom here, which seems a bit weird. You got the contrast adjustment and a brightness switch to switch between two levels of brightness, a headphone jack, volume adjustments, and you have a power input. Let's go over to the top here. You got the power switch, which turns the system on, and a cartridge slot. Right over here is where you get the little stylus, which goes to the screen because this is a touch screen, kind of like the DS. And over here you got a mini USB port, the same connector that you would use on a PS3 controller. And this was actually used for one very specific feature.
Have your parents connect your Leapster to your computer to see the rewards you've earned.
Okay, there are actually more things you could do, like for example you could load games from a PC over to this thing, so yeah. Go over to the back, you'll find the battery compartment, and look what it says here. Batteries to be installed by adults only. Yeah, children, you should definitely not install batteries. It's way too dangerous. I've got this nickel here to unscrew the little battery compartment, just to show you what kind of batteries this takes. And yup, this thing takes 4 AA batteries. The same number of AA batteries that an original Game Boy takes. I mean, that was back in 1989, so you can look deeper inside the console and you'll see the little battery connectors here. But what's this over to the right here? Something hidden away. Something I could pull out, I think. What is that? A 128 megabyte SD card. And this thing has an SD card slot inside. So I wonder what that's for. Maybe it's so you can load games directly off the SD card and play them off your system, right? Well, yeah, you're correct. It's also used to track your game progress as well. But it doesn't really matter too much because this thing does have a cartridge slot so you can play games that are on cartridges. And as a matter of fact, I have one right here. This is Sonic X for the Leapster. Yeah, based off the Japanese anime series. It's about the same size of a Game Boy Advance cartridge, so anyways, let's put this cartridge in and let's turn this thing on. And when you turn it on, you get this little warning screen telling you, hey, you should probably read the parent guide warnings and cautions before playing. Yeah, blah blah, we don't read that.
If you see your name, touch it with the pen.
Let's see, what was my name again? Is it Ethan, Evan, or .CITSTER? What the heck is that? Now that I'm actually going to get into later on, but we're just going to go ahead and sign in.
Welcome to Leapster 2. Touch a picture to get started.
So yeah, once you turn it on, you get 4 ways to play games, I guess. According to the manual, they say it's 4 ways to play, but in reality, 3 of them only lead you to actual games. So if you click this, you can play whatever game cartridge you have. Here lets you play games off the SD card, and here lets you play a built-in game, which this one happens to be Dragon Kingdom. I think some Leapster models come with other games. Let's go ahead and start up the cartridge game. Now, this game has gotten some recognition recently. I mean, there's literally a Twitter account that's named after this. Also, I grew up playing this as a kid, not even knowing that Sonic X was an anime series.
Sonic? Yeah. Why is everyone always talking about Sonic? I'll make everyone talk about me.
Did someone call my name? Hey, my friends! You're going down, Eggman!
Not so fast. You'll have to get by my greatest inventions ever. My wonderful math robot.
I guess you can kind of say that this is a Sonic game, but you really don't go too fast unless it's a pre-programmed mechanic. And yeah, this kind of plays well, I guess. Now, if you guys would like the technical specifications of this thing, I'll have them over on the right, so yeah. But basically, the plot of this game is that you run around certain levels, you'll be asked to answer these math questions, which are usually counting, addition, subtraction. And here it's asking me, what is 9 minus 8? My 9 minus 1. I think that's what that is. I can't see well. It's asking me what this number is, with one of them being x'd out, which I'm guessing that's a number 8. Yep, I was right. You get a question right, boom, you get 5 rings. And then you can progress to the next part of the Sonic stage. Oh no, what's this? We're going somewhere else. Okay, we can exit out of this. There's actually a lot of hidden stuff on here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some of the basic, easily accessible things and show you some of the secrets later on. You guys remember that one profile I mentioned? That is actually a debug profile. Now we can turn the volume back on, I think. If that even works, I don't think it's doing anything.
If you see your name, touch it with a pen.
Okay, I'll just go back to Evan now. What I'll do next is check out the SD card menu, which is where you can play all your digitally downloaded games. And in case anyone's wondering, yes, it is still possible to download games on here, but you just can't use LeapFrog Connect. You have to basically just get them from the open internet. I have a few installed right now, so I guess maybe I could show you one. So yeah, let's check this one out.
Welcome, farm friends. My vegetables are growing big and delicious. The rabbits are going to have a feast.
Use the arrow pad to move the rabbits forward, backwards, left, and right. Let's hop to it.
Woohoo!
This time it's a little bit trickier. Jump on logs to build a math problem. Then jump on a log that has the answer.
Let's do 8
8
times... Oh wait, let me get that bonus carrot first. 8 times 2.
2 equals
I think it's 18. What? I don't know multiplication. I don't know what this is. Someone please help me out here. Is it 16?
16. Good job.
Dang it, I missed a carrot. No, that's not good. Basically what you do here is that you jump across logs to build math problems or do something with letters. I haven't played the letter ones yet.
Jump on log.
And yeah, you also got to get a lot of carrots.
Jump on a log that has
It's a pretty small, simple game, which I think some Leapsters come with this pre-installed. I'm not too sure, so we'll just go back to the home menu now. And we're going to check out this application right here, which is basically the PC app.
Have your parents connect your Leapster to your computer to see the rewards you've earned.
Yep, that's pretty much all that application does. Now that we're back, we'll check out this game here.
You'll never catch me. Oh yeah, we'll see about that.
4, 6, 8. What number comes next?
Geez, that low frame rate is already killing me.
6.
I didn't even
What
get the
number
power up.
comes next? 8.
That's pretty much the end of that game. So what I'm going to do next is power it off and then power it on, show you some really super secret hidden stuff that this thing has. Now, I never exactly mentioned where I got this from and how I got it. Well, basically, I bought this eBay. It was listed as not working and having a broken touchscreen. However, there is actually a reason for that, and it's that every so often the touchscreen will sort of decalibrate itself and just not take any touches properly. But there is a way to easily fix that. What you gotta do is hold down the hint button and then press power. And when you do that, it kind of brings you to this little diagnostic menu. Then you can press the A button to start touch calibration. Touch, 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 touch. Plus it gives you some other things, like base info, gives you information about like the firmware that's on here. Like here it says, Leapster connected base ROM B5 version 1.0. I'm not sure what that really means. Cart1 info gives you information about the cartridge. So this says Sonic L2 version 3.0. Not sure what L2 means. Maybe it's specifically for the Leapster 2, but it also has the Leapster 1 logo on it. Cart 2 and Cart 3 just show nothing. I'm not sure what that's for. There's also this hidden super duper programmer mode, which I believe you hold down... Oh, I found it. Super duper programmer mode. This is very similar, but it gives you additional stuff. Like if I go to base info, there's this extra right arrow, plus you also have this dump ROB info option. I'm not sure if that actually dumps something to the SD card, but it also gives you the build date, tells you what it was built by on something. I don't care. Pretty interesting hidden stuff here. There's also this LCD test mode where if you hold down hint, down, A, and just keep tapping B a number of times. Starting LCD color test. I don't know who this is. Thanks to everybody who made this possible, here's the short list. And then it just reboots back into super duper programmer mode. Some curiosity though is that it shows the old Leapster logo when it actually has the new logo right here. So now I can go ahead and power this off. You guys remember that debug profile I showed earlier? Well, let me show you what that does.
If you see your name, touch it with the pen.
I think this is it. So with this debug profile, what you can do is if you go over to the top right corner and just tap anywhere, it brings you to this weird screen. Like there's log state 1. X all is the factory reset button, which erases everything on here. And then there's a dir option. I think that means directory, or I don't know. Let's click log. I have no idea what these mean, so I'll just select something random. I'll select right. Well, something is being counted. I think we can hit stop logging. I have no idea what all this means. Clear? What does this do?
If you see your name, touch it with the pen.
That is not what I wanted. Anyways. You know, if this video actually does really well, I'll make a follow-up video where I purchase every single Leapster model and compare them. I'm not sure what else to say for this video, but if there's anything about this thing I haven't covered, feel free to let me know in the comments. Anyways, I think that can conclude this video. If you found this video interesting or helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.